Hey guys, what's going on? Hunter here from DW World. Welcome back to the page once again. A few of you asked me to go a little more in depth on a few of the safety features on the Tiguan. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We have a 2020 Tiguan and we'll just kind of go through all the safety features. So let's take a look. So this right here is a 2020 Tiguan SEL Premium R-Line. So we'll take a look at some of the features this has and then some of the safety features that all the Tiguans have on every trim package. But anyways, the 2020 Tiguan did receive a top safety pick from the IIHS, which is the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Each year the test does become a little more stringent, and they basically look at your standard advanced driver's assistance features as well as your more standard features like airbags. But we'll hop into it and take a look at those first off. So these do have, of course, dual front airbags, and then front side airbags, and then you have side curtain airbags that are going to come down from the side in all three rows. So not only your second row, because these are an optional third row, they'll come all the way down there in the third row as well. You'll usually see little markings like this, say airbag on them. Okay, so now when we're just in any Tiguan and we hop in on our screen, we'll hit this little button right here, the little car with a circle around it. That's going to give us our assist system. So a lot of these are going to come into play for our safety. As you can see, everything is checked here from our lane assist, side assist, rear traffic alert, front assist. We'll talk about a few of these features on here. Okay, so another feature that all these trim options or trim packages have on the Tiguan is the automatic post-collision braking system. And basically what that does, say you were flying around a corner and struck an object, the system recognizes that you hit an object, and it's going to help you come to a stop so you avoid a secondary collision. And kind of how this system does that is it uses crash sensors to report a collision to the airbag control unit, and the data is transferred to the electronic stability control system, or the ESC program. And from there, the control center triggers a braking response to approximately 6 miles per hour to prevent the vehicle from skidding. And basically from there, thanks to ESC, the vehicle can be steered optimally at all times. As soon as the driver has recovered from, say, that moment of shock after that first collision, they can steer the car out of danger. The driver can override the system at any time. As soon as the driver increases pressure to the brake or gas, the automatic post-collision braking system switches itself off. But pretty neat system to avoid a secondary collision, which can easily happen after the initial collision. Okay, so while we're still sitting in the driver's seat here, we'll talk about lane assist, which this SEL Premium has, as well as like an SEL. And virtually what that is it uses this camera hidden up here that scans the road. So it's scanning each side of the road, and that camera is going to recognize lane markings. And say you're going over, if you're not paying attention, looking to the side, and you start going over one of those lane markings, it's going to pull you back into the lane, making a steering adjustment. Again, on this too, the driver can make an override on that. It's going to feel like a little pulling sensation, but you can pull back. But it's really going to help if you're not paying full attention, which you can after a long drive. You start going off the road, it's going to keep you in your lane. If the system senses you're not touching the wheel at all, so it's making its turns for you, after 15 seconds, it's going to give you a warning chime that's going to basically say, put your hands back on the wheel. So this car more or less can steer itself around a few corners, keeping you safe if something happened, but you can't override it, but it's going to make sure you get your hands on the wheel after a little bit. And that system on here can be seen at the bottom. If you see this little yellow indicator, that will turn green when you get up to speed, recognizing that camera is sensing those lane markings. So if it's yellow, it's not scanning, well, it's not ready, and if it's green, it's good to go. Now we'll hop back out here and take a look at the front. Another thing that ties in with safety is of course the lighting. And all these have that LED projection. Well, this one has that LED projection headlights, as you can see here, so super bright at night. You can see our LED daytime running lights right there. It's going to be those bright lights during the day so people can see you if it's a little foggy out and your automatic lights have not come on yet. Someone can still recognize where the car is. On just the regular Tiguans are going to be kind of at the bottom there, but there's still LEDs on here as far as the daytime running lights. These lights didn't get as high as rating, of course, as the LED projection lights on the SEO Premium, but daytime running lights is another crucial part in safety. Again, this is the adaptive front lighting on this, and it has high beam control, which is also known as light assist. And while we're up front here, might as well talk about front assist, which basically uses a radar in the front of the car and scans for possible hazards in front. So say I was a pedestrian walking in front of the car and you're driving along, the car's first off going to give you an audible chime, and then if need be, if no response was taken, the car will automatically brake itself, but lessens the chance for collision after that chime. It could happen if a car was, say that car was pulling out in front of this Tiguan, kind of does the same thing. It actually primes the brakes after that chime to get that instant stop if needed. But another part to make sure that safety is as high as it can be in the Tiguan. And then from here, we'll take a look at the active side assist with rear traffic alert. We'll hop inside in a second and take a look at those blind spot indicators, which are gonna be actually not on the glass itself now, but on the inside here. So a little bigger orange indicator than what we had before. But the rear traffic alert is gonna scan behind the car, roughly more or less 160 feet in range. And if you're backing out of a driveway and this car's coming down the street, it's gonna recognize that car and hit the brakes for you, so you don't just keep backing out and avoid that collision. It's gonna more or less be a harsh stop, but it's definitely gonna protect you or keep you out of that wreck, which I guess is the better of the results. But now let's hop in and we can actually see what those blind spot indicators look like. And we can do that. You can see it's gonna be this black indicator. You can see it pretty well from in here, but we'll make it illuminate orange for us. So what we're gonna do is hit our button here. We're gonna go down to side assist. We're gonna turn that off and then back on, and then we'll be able to see when I turn that back on, the orange indicator. And that's what's gonna more or less, you're gonna see when someone's coming up in your blind spot on the highway. It's gonna illuminate orange and let you know pretty quickly that someone's back there, so you don't cross the lines or lanes and hit them. I feel like we're hopping in and out here, but again, we covered most of the main features. Now we'll just cover some of the smaller stuff. Of course, auto headlights, another important safety feature. Look over here, all Tiguans, of course, have the backup camera. Go down reverse, it's our backup camera here, but I guess being the SEO Premium, we'll take a look at area view. So we'll put that back in park. There's a little camera button down there. We have area view, so we can see all around the vehicle. We're just going to select a certain side, make sure there's no dangerous objects over there, but more or less can be considered a safety feature. But anyways, guys, if there's anything else you guys would like to see as far as the safety on these, I'll try getting this out on an actual drive and show you some of these features on how they work. I know it can be a little scary testing some of them out, but we'll try doing our best. But anyways, guys, make sure you guys smash the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep bringing out these Volkswagen videos to you guys. All right, guys, until next time.